There's some real money in the room.
And I went to jail for a gun that wasn't mine. I did the time for it, never told on nobody. So I don't want nobody saying I'm snitching because I'm saying who gun it was, but I'm going to continue to, I done did a lot of shit in my life that had I would have went to jail for it at the time, I would have took it on the chin because I did it. When I caught my first gun case, I copped out because it was my gun. Maybe I could have beat it, but I wasn't that comfortable with the law in court yet. But this one right here, I took it to trial because it wasn't my gun. It was Richard Boo's gun. And he knew it was his gun because when I popped on this named Trizzy on Bravo and I went to the box, I seen Richard Boo's in the box on golf. And the nigga said, my bad, bro, I fucked your life up. And then nigga started giggling like it was funny. And no homo, I told him that SMD stopped talking to me. So that being said, it was his gun. Also, my arresting officers who were disbarred for corruption on their task force, Aquino and Hamilton, because they had over 500 gun cases in a year with no 911 calls. If Aquino has any real bones in his body, Aquino will tell you, I seen him on Sherman because I had a burgundy Mustang, and the cop, you know how cops do when you got a nice car, he pulled up, who car is this, who's selling drugs, da, da, da. And I'm like, this ain't no drug dealer car, this is my car, I'm a YouTuber, I do lectures, wop-de-wop. And then when I gave him my ID, he like, oh, when did you get out? So we talking. I'm talking to my arresting officer, we kicking it though, no disrespect. And Richard walked right up and said, yo, guess who took off running? Me. And Aquino eyes pop. And I'm like, I told you that wasn't my gun, it was his gun. So the way I went to jail was this just set me up and he took off running. And in the report, they never even wrote he was there. They just wrote that I was running and I threw a gun. But really, that's the that took off running. And if you, I don't know if they still got it, but if you go get the dash cam of the car, I guarantee you see that run across the car first. And so that being said, I'm going to continue for the rest of my life to say everything I've been through with the justice system since August 3rd, 2012, even though my indictments was defective because y'all said y'all arrested me August 22nd, which you couldn't have did because I was already in jail from August 3rd. So how did that crime happen? So my indictment was defective. It should have never even went through. Should have been a no bill. I'm going to continue to say it was Richard Boo's gun. But I say all of that to say, some way, somehow, me going to jail for a firearm with no co-defendants, polite in the conscious community flipped that into I was a CRIP, we set some on fire, and I snitched on my co-defendants and they have 20 years. Now, like I said, you can go on Google right now and Google my name. I'm not going to say what my mother named me on here, but I've already put it up. I've actually shown my case. I actually have my entire rap sheet of every charge I ever caught in my house. I never had a code except for one time when I went to jail for somebody else's weed and didn't tell on them. But with that being said, when I went to jail for my charge in 2012, I never had a code D, nor was I an active gang member, nor was I ever a CRIP in my life. Never have I ever set somebody on fire, and never have I ever snitched on nobody. Now with that being said, once again, just like they had Shorty put them rumors on me about saying I did this, they put some rumors on me talking about I the CRIP and set him on fire. I never was a CRIP. You can never find a time I was ever hanging with Crips. I'm from Buffalo, New York. No disrespect, I don't know what it is now, but back then it wasn't that big out there anyway. So I couldn't even name no CRIP sets from Buffalo, if you wanted me to be honest. So there's no way I ever was a CRIP and set a CRIP on fire and snitched on my codees, but they got that rumor started. That of course got me in some, because imagine thinking that I kicked the CRIP, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not even involved, so now you got my life in danger again. Then what else has the conscious community done? What haven't they done? Polite called my parole officer like 40 times. I'm not lying about the number. He called my parole officer like 40 times, lying, trying to get me locked up, saying I was threatening him. And this is all in my lawsuit. One of the times he called my parole officer, he said, I quote, he said that I was showing inappropriate pictures of his 10-year-old daughter on the internet. And it got so bad, my parole officer had made me get off YouTube, I think, for like 2 weeks until they watched every single video I ever posted. That's how much trouble they got me in. But once they seen that I wasn't doing shit on there but reading books and basically doing book reports, they was like, cool, this is lying. And my thing was, like, me and my PO was cool as I ain't gonna cap. Like, we ain't have no under the table going on. I just with my PO genuinely. She cool as ain't never disrespected. Come in my house, she ain't never, because you know some POs be rude as right. She ain't never came in my house on no book, so I give her that respect, you know?
Right.
And I told my PO, I'm like, listen, I never met this. You know what I'm saying? Because my PO looking at me crazy because she like, you got a case in Baltimore, and now they saying you doing this. And she looking at me crazy, but I'm like, I don't know these mother. They off the internet. You know what I'm saying? I have never met these mother. So now you got me basically copping out to my PO to not put me back in jail because y'all keep saying I'm doing that I'm not doing. So now I told my PO, I'm like, you want to go through my phone? Like, you want to go, you can have my phone. This, first of all, I'm not talking to this. Well, how the f and where the f would I be talking to your 10-year-old daughter at? Does she have a cell phone? I don't know. Because I'm not in your space. You're in California, I'm in Buffalo. So if I was showing pictures of your 10-year-old daughter on the internet, the question would be, where did I get those pictures from? Because I've never physically had contact with you or your daughter. So who did I get the pictures from? And then that question would be, is it inappropriate pictures of your 10-year-old daughter circulating around? And then I'm like, why would you project pedophilia onto me? But then guess what ended up coming out? He's a pedophile. And it ended up coming out that, and y'all know I just did it.
Alleged. It's alleged.
Oh, no, it's a fact. It's a fact. It ain't alleged. I'm saying it's
so
a fact.
he's been to jail? Like
he just got arrested for some new recently.
I remember him getting arrested, but I don't think there was ever a trial.
Listen, everybody, I'm on Twitch. I wanted to say that, not to cut you off. I'm on Twitch, by the way. I'm not on YouTube anymore. Y'all can go on my Twitch, Young Pharaoh Inc. That's me on Twitch. I do my thing. If y'all know me already, y'all been looking for me, I'm on Twitch. I just got my Twitter back thanks to Elon Musk, Pharaoh_Otten. Click the link in the bio. My YouTube is my Instagram is King Otten, A-T-E-N, King spelled regular, K-I-N-G, A-T-E-N, the number 9. Click the link in that bio, y'all. Go to my Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. I'm on there how I was on YouTube. I said that to say I just did another video on Polite recently, just revamping and revisiting. Polite right-hand man, Sinetter, did a video. I played it. I still got the clip right now. His right-hand man, him and Polite got into it. Why, I don't know, but I know Polite was like, listen here, little Dr. York, and he called him Baby York. And he was like, listen here, Baby York, don't make me expose how you was talking to your, I don't know what's her name, but it was his ex, one of his ex. He was like, don't make me expose how you was talking to your ex and you had her underage fall so in love with you that she ran away from home with her mother to be with you. So that's coming out his right-hand man mouth. And then I did the research on it, and one of the pictures on his Instagram where he was posting his daughter, talking about it's her 21-year-old birthday, that wasn't really his daughter. That was the underage girl that ran away with him when she was like 16 or 13, and he had been raising her as his daughter, but secretly they didn't have a relationship the whole time. And then it also came out when he went on, I think his name Jesse Peterson or Patterson. I did an interview with him, and Polite had did an interview with him before then, and Jesse asked Polite how old was his one wife when he met him. The interview's still on YouTube. Y'all can go watch it. He asked Polite how old was his daughter when he met her. He said he met her at 17. And I'm like, the only way I'm going to jack you meeting your wife at 17 is if you like 18, 19, 20, maybe 21, and that depends on like high school, because like you might be a sophomore.
You talking about his second wife, huh? The one that worked at the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that interview.
Yo, so I'm like, and then I'm like, you just went to jail. You just went to jail.
You that lost me at first.
I'm telling you now.
Then he done, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm like, so you got a minor growing up in your house that you fake showboating as your daughter. You got another one of your wives that you met when she was a minor. Then you just caught another charge where they talking about you left DNA on a minor. And she was drunk, passed out, and woke up with your on her. So it ain't never been the trial. You right. But that don't mean he ain't do it.
But you know, and I'm not gonna defend this, but I will say, because I was arrested at 17 and I was charged as an adult in Texas at 17 years.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta, in defense to the black man, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta, you know.
I was arrested at 16 charged as an adult, but what I'm saying is he was an adult charged as an adult. And his was an adult when that minor ran away with him. And if nothing else, my thing to him would be this. Psychology, because I got 2 daughters. I would never intentionally falsely accuse a man of molesting my daughters, especially even if I know he didn't do it, because I wouldn't want that energy on my baby. Imagine me looking at my daughters, y'all. If you got daughters at home, imagine looking at your daughters and saying, this man molested you when you was a kid, or this man was showing inappropriate pictures of you when you was a kid, and you know it's not true. So now my question would be, you know what I'm saying? This is no disrespect to his daughter, Mayat, you know what I'm saying? Because she's going to grow up one day. She's going to be a grown woman and see this. But my question to him would be, what kind of man are you where you would falsely put that energy on your daughter? Because what if your daughter get grown and I run into your daughter and she try to press me about I was showing inappropriate pictures of her, and now I got to explain to her, ma'am, do you realize I never met you or your father a day in my life? Do you realize that this was literally trying to get my parole officer to violate me on parole because they was mad I was coming up getting money? So now I have to ask, what kind of would even fake say that? That's even worse than the saying you whooped their ass. I'd rather say I whooped their ass and I didn't than to say I whooped them and I didn't, let alone a man that would lie and say I'm showing inappropriate pictures of his daughter. And like I said, I ain't never changed my number. My number's still the same. I guarantee you the CIA done went through all my history and everything. Ain't no inappropriate pictures in there. My parole officer done went through everything. Went through everything at the time. So he definitely lied, and I sued him. I won a lawsuit.
Hey, real tone, it's some real money in the room.